Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be working on the dream game, and I have some interesting news. Some people are gonna be happy, some are gonna be, a lot are gonna be sad. Guys, let's get into it. There used to be a massive city here. That's something. So much is changing, guys, and we're not gonna get into all of what's changing today, but what we are gonna do is work on this. I'm gonna build an underground tunnel. So like an aquarium? Hold on, I have a reference picture. The goal is something like this. A road in an underwater glass tunnel. I don't know how I'm gonna make it look super underwater, but it's gonna be under the map. So I also need to think about how it's not gonna be dark. This is the goal for today, though. To start everything off, I made this cylinder, and I just made it the size of the road. So I'm gonna use Archimedes and just kind of trace along the outside. Like, you can clearly see where a new part would start on each one. So I'm going to use Archimedes and trace that out. Hopefully it's the same angle all the way around, but it probably isn't going to be. There we go, guys. So here's the start of everything. All right, I think we're going to make the sidewalks a little bit bigger. Let's go for 50. Oh my gosh, we're going to have to move them over as well. Let's put my studs to 10. I think that would work. Definitely does not. This would be so much easier if we just scaled it out by 30 studs on one direction, like this. That's way easier. Awesome. Switch this back to 1, and this is the road that will be going under the water. So we already have the size of it done. Now we need to make sure we have these evenly spaced. This won't be the glass. This will be sort of like the arch thing. I think I'm gonna make them gold, because I just like gold and I think it would look cool. However, how many of these do we need for this road, and how are we gonna keep them evenly spaced? It looks like the size is 1100. So let's open a calculator and let's do 1100 divided by, I think. And then how many we think, or how many studs we think we want. Let's do 40 studs, I guess. 27 and a half. That doesn't work at all. We need an even number here. Okay, we're trying 55. So if we make these each 55 studs apart, there will be 20 of them. If we make them 20 studs apart, there'll be 55 of them. If my math is right, it's probably not. So let's try 55 studs apart for each of these. 55, and I guess we should color it first. The name, metal, and I have all of these named glass. That's awesome. Let's make this gold and metal. Probably the really reflective one. Yes, that looks pretty sick. And then also, I should have some sort of lights. I wonder if there should be more bronze though. Since it's underwater, I feel like it would look, I think, more of this kind of a color. Now for the lights, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna play around for a second. I don't know exactly how I want to do the lights. I just know I need some. So I'll let you guys know when I figure that out. Simple. They need to be simple, but good. I think even more blue would be even better. So instead of light blue, ooh, maybe pastel blue. I'm going medium blue. There we go. I'm gonna finish these lights, and then we're gonna put one of these every 55 studs. There we go. Now I'm gonna grab all of these except the concrete parts and the lights. Control D to duplicate, and here we go. I have a plugin. Perfect. Resize world, I believe. Is this getting everything or just what I want? Let's go 0.25 so we can tuck this in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we'll just scale these to fit the entirety of this area. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire, guys. We can make this all line up. Looks good on this side. Extend it to the other side as well. I think that's good. Nice. And here's what we have so far. Now it still looks a little bit too simple, so we need to decorate the outside of it to make it feel more underwater. The first thing we're gonna do is turn our sidewalks into sand. Perfect. And then we're gonna go into our terrain and material colors so we can have the same sand color as our terrain, because yes, that does matter. Nice. The next thing I want to do is add a water texture to the outside. Since you're not actually gonna be underwater, but we want it to feel like you are, I think the best way to do this would be go into Blender and make a cylinder with flipped normals. So from the outside, it's invisible, but from the inside, it looks like you're underwater. I think this will do it for us. At least I hope so. All right, bros, the moment of truth. Let's see if my idea actually works. From idea to reality. Let's grab our road here, copy its position, and paste it into here. Did I delete the road? I did. I guess I just deleted the road. And now that that is in the center of the road, if we hold Alt and just scale it up to go outside, it's like so. not bad. And then when you're outside of this, you can't, well, I guess you could kind of still see it, but it's gonna be underground, so it shouldn't matter. I think it'll be okay. Let's shrink this down somewhere around here and see if that does the trick. It's looking good, guys. Expand this all the way across. We'll go ahead and copy the game's watercolor. And I turned cast shadow off. Well, you don't want it to have a shadow, it's water. All right, after this, I think the texture, guys, realistic. Let's get a nice water one. This one or this one? I think this one's a little bit better, so let's apply that. Look at it, guys. Transparency down just a hair, something like this, and maybe make that into like a nice light blue. I'm not mad at it. The lights need some work, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna make the enter and exit right. Like maybe I'll just scale these out, but we'll see. I think all that's left is some bubble particles on the outside and maybe a few underwater props. I am gonna group this together and drag it under the map so we get more of a sense of how it's going to be when it's actually underneath the map. Yes, it'll be dark. I'm gonna work on the lighting for a little bit, add some particles and some underwater props, and hopefully this thing starts looking pretty cool. All right, guys, progress has been made, and I'll show you guys what's up. First things first, I changed the lighting. So if we go up here, yikes, this is not ideal. However, I'm gonna make a hitbox so the lighting only changes when the player goes into the tunnel. After the lighting changes, we have this, which makes it look like you're actually underwater. That's pretty cool. Bubble particles, and then a bunch of just like seaweed and coral and random stuff like that. It is low poly and doesn't exactly match the bike life theme. However, I feel like our game is sort of a mix between like this lower poly stuff and more realism. So we do have like actual sand textures, for example, and random stuff like that. I think this is really, really cool. I wonder, can I put it? I'm gonna put it in the game and drive through it and see how it feels. All right, guys, we're gonna be able to drive through it. I will say the lighting isn't gonna work for this portion of the video because there's a day-night cycle in the game and I can't just make the lighting here. So it's not gonna look as cool. Plus, this is before the animated fish and sharks and all of that stuff that we're also gonna have inside of this tunnel. Anyways, let's grab our 636, hop on, and check it out. Wow, it's cool, but it's so much cooler with the lighting. It looks pretty cool, man. I wish I could show it with lighting. Look at this. If we stop playing, just lighting alone. Watch how much nicer it makes it look, bro. Look at this. And it's not even fully loaded yet. Also, these, I'm gonna grab some of like our realer trees and mix them in down under here. Like, look at this. Then it will start blending the game together as well. So I can't show you guys riding through it with the animated fish and sharks in the game today, but we did get the build done, and I'm super excited to get it implemented. There's still a lot more to do for the new map on My Bike Life, and I'll keep you guys updated with it, but for today, that's gonna wrap it up. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.